Numbers are everywhere. They are an integral part of our daily lives, often in ways we might not even realize. From the moment we wake up and check the time to the transactions we make throughout the day, numbers guide us and help us make sense of the world. We use them to count money, tell time, and measure things. Imagine a world without numbers. How would we know the value of the items we buy or sell? How would we keep track of time, ensuring we are punctual for our appointments and commitments? Numbers are the silent heroes that keep our lives organized and efficient. Numbers help us understand the world around us. They are the language of the universe, allowing us to quantify and comprehend the vast array of phenomena we encounter. From the prices in a bustling market to the intricate patterns in nature, numbers provide a framework for understanding and interpreting our surroundings. Imagine trying to bake a cake without knowing how much flour to use. The precise measurements ensure that our recipes turn out just right, creating delicious treats for us to enjoy. Without numbers, cooking and baking would be a game of chance with unpredictable results. Or trying to build a house without measuring the wood. Construction relies heavily on accurate measurements to ensure structures are safe and sound. Numbers are the foundation of engineering and architecture, enabling us to create everything from simple furniture to towering skyscrapers. Numbers are important for everyone. They play a crucial role in education, helping students develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. In our homes, numbers help us manage our finances, ensuring we can budget effectively and make informed decisions about our spending. Whether you are a student, learning the basics of arithmetic and geometry, a teacher, imparting knowledge and inspiring the next generation, or a chef, creating culinary masterpieces with precise measurements, you need numbers. They are the tools that enable us to excel in our respective fields and achieve our goals. We are going to learn about different kinds of numbers and how to use them. From whole numbers to fractions, decimals to percentages, each type of number has its own unique properties and applications. Understanding these concepts will empower us to tackle a wide range of challenges, both in academics and in everyday life. Get ready for a fun adventure in the world of math. Together, we will explore the fascinating realm of numbers, uncovering their secrets and discovering how they shape our world. So, grab your pencils and calculators and let's embark on this exciting journey of learning and discovery. Every digit in a number has a special place. This concept is fundamental in understanding how numbers work and is known as place value. Place value helps us determine the value of a digit based on its position within a number. It's a crucial part of mathematics that we use every day, often without even realizing it. This is called place value. Place value is like a map that guides us through the world of numbers. It tells us where each digit lives and what it represents. Without place value, numbers would just be a jumble of digits with no meaning. But with place value, each digit has a home and a purpose. Think of a number like a house. Just as a house has different rooms for different purposes, a number has different places for different digits. Each place in a number is like a room in a house, with its own unique function and importance. The ones place is like the living room, where the family gathers and spends time together. It's the most basic and essential part of the house, just as the ones place is the most basic and essential part of a number. The tens place is like the kitchen, where meals are prepared and shared. It's a step up from the living room, just as the tens place is a step up from the ones place. The kitchen adds more value to the house, just as the tens place adds more value to the number, and the hundreds place is like the bedroom, a place of rest and privacy. It's even more valuable and important, just as the hundreds place is more valuable and important in a number. Each place in a number builds on the previous one, adding more value and meaning. Let's say you have 235 Ethiopian birr. This number has 3 digits, each in a different place. The first digit is in the hundreds place, the second digit is in the tens place, and the third digit is in the ones place. The 2 is in the hundreds place, which means it represents 200 birr. This is like having 2 bedrooms in your house, each adding significant value. The 3 is in the tens place, which means it represents 30 birr. This is like having 3 kitchens in your house, each adding more value than the living room but less than the bedroom. And the 5 is in the ones place, which means it represents 5 birr. This is like having 5 living rooms in your house, each adding some value but not as much as the kitchen or the bedroom. That means you have 200 birr, which is a significant amount. It's like having 2 bedrooms in your house, each providing a lot of value and importance. 3 tens of birr, which is 30 birr, adds more value, just like having 3 kitchens in your house. and 5 individual burr, which is like having 5 living rooms, adds some value, but not as much as the other places. Together, these places make up the whole number, just as the rooms make up the whole house. Understanding place value helps us see the structure and meaning in numbers, making them easier to work with and understand. We often need to compare numbers to see which is bigger or smaller. Imagine you and your friend are sharing Somali injera. You want the bigger piece, right? To compare numbers, we use special symbols greater than, less than, and equal to. So 10 is greater than 5, and 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Now you can always tell who has the bigger piece of Somali injera. Sometimes we don't need to be super precise with numbers. That's when rounding comes in handy. Think of it like this. If you are walking to Saeed Mohammed Square in Jigjiga, and someone asks you how far, you wouldn't say exactly 2.73 kilometers. You would probably round it to about 3 kilometers. Rounding makes numbers easier to work with, and remember, we usually round to the nearest 10 or 100. Section 5. Addition and subtraction, putting together and taking away. Addition is like putting things together. Let's say you have 3 bananas and your friend gives you 2 more. You now have 5 bananas, yummy. Subtraction is the opposite of addition. It's like taking things away. If you start with 5 bananas and eat 2, you will have 3 bananas left. Section 6. Multiplication and division, faster ways to add and subtract. In this section we will explore how multiplication and division can simplify the process of adding and subtracting large numbers, making calculations quicker and more efficient. Multiplication is a shortcut for adding the same number over and over again. Instead of repeatedly adding the same number, multiplication allows us to find the total in one simple step. Imagine you have 4 bags of coffee beans, and each bag has 10 beans. Instead of adding 10 beans 4 times, you can multiply 4 by 10 to get the same result. You could add 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, or you could use multiplication 4 times 10 equals 40. This method saves time and reduces the chance of making errors in your calculations. Division is the opposite of multiplication. While multiplication combines groups of the same size, division breaks a larger group into smaller, equal parts. It's like splitting things into equal groups. For example, if you have a large quantity of something and you want to share it equally among a certain number of people, division is the tool you use. If you have 12 injera and want to divide them equally among 4 people, each person gets 3 injera. This ensures that everyone gets an equal share without any complicated calculations. Understanding these basic concepts of multiplication and division can greatly enhance your mathematical skills. They are fundamental operations that are used in various aspects of daily life, from cooking to budgeting. In markets, for instance, vendors often use multiplication to quickly determine the total cost of multiple items. If a customer buys 5 bags of coffee beans, and each bag costs $3, the vendor can multiply 5 by 3 to find the total cost of $15. Similarly, division is used when distributing resources or sharing profits. If a farmer harvests a large amount of coffee beans and wants to distribute them equally among his workers, he will use division to ensure fairness. Practicing these operations with real-life examples, like using coffee beans or other everyday items, can make learning math more relatable and enjoyable. It helps to see the practical applications of these mathematical concepts. By mastering multiplication and division, you can handle more complex mathematical problems with confidence. These skills are not only useful in academic settings, but also in everyday situations where quick and accurate calculations are needed. So next time you find yourself needing to add or subtract large numbers, remember the power of multiplication and division. They are faster ways to achieve the same results, making your life a little bit easier. Embrace these mathematical tools and see how they can transform your approach to problem solving. Whether you're in a classroom, a marketplace, or at home, multiplication and division are your allies in making quick and efficient calculations. Section 7. Fractions and decimals, parts of a whole. Fractions and decimals are ways to represent parts of a whole. Think of cutting a cake into slices. Each slice represents a fraction of the whole cake. Decimals are like fractions, but they use a point to separate the whole number from the parts. We use decimals when we talk about money, like 10.50 burr. Section 8. Math apps. Making learning fun. Learning math can be fun. There are many cool apps and websites that make practicing math engaging. You can solve puzzles, play games, and even compete with your friends. Some popular math apps include Khan Academy Kids, Mathletics, and Prodigy. Ask your parents or teachers for recommendations. Section 9. Math in action. Using math every day. We use math all the time without even realizing it. When you buy vegetables at the market, calculate the time to meet a friend, or build something, you are using math. The better you understand math, the more you can do in life. So keep practicing, ask questions, and most importantly, have fun learning.